I am an openly trans woman, and I am a target of the bill because I cannot be myself anymore.
Trumo, 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 trumo. Hallelujah.
So there's a bill that is passed in the Ghanaian parliament telling us that being queer is illegal. There's a law that criminalizes queer people already. In the bill, is seeking to criminalize not only LGBTs, but allies, the people who support the queer community. An ally can be your mother, it could be your father, it could be your brother, it could be your friend, it could be anybody you relate to, anybody who understands that queer people exist and they need to be protected. And those people are going to be arrested, are going to be sent to jail, meaning they are cutting everybody off from the queer people. There's a clause that says duty to report. So duty to report means if your mother knows you're a queer person, it's her duty to go and report you. Otherwise, she'll be arrested. A landlord cannot give their house to a queer person to stay. If a queer person goes to the hospital, it's the duty of the hospital to report to the police. Otherwise, the doctor will be arrested. And that is the worst part of the bill. People can report anybody based on suspicion of being a queer person, and it will increase blackmail. If you don't give me money, I'll go and report you. And it will cause a lot of chaos. It's very dangerous, which will affect everybody in Ghana, not only the queer person, but the whole Ghanaian populace. Why should I go to jail just for being myself, just for existing as a human being? Living my life as a trans woman, living my life as a musician in Ghana, I will go to jail for that. And prison is not the solution. Music was the only thing I could use to carry my message, because we are not given the chance to go on radio, to go on TV. The bill is going to actually ban everything about queer existence. You can't even talk about yourself, you can't defend yourself, you can't say anything. Music was the tool to be visible, to tell them that we exist and we are here, and every day a queer person is born. I have told you that being queer is African. I have told you that being queer is not a foreign culture, because as a little child when I was growing up, I was a queer person. I had identified myself. I knew my feelings. I knew who I was. So you can't tell me somebody imported queer to me. And there are people like me in far away places in Ghana, in villages. No white person has reached out to them.
So I'm very happy to have the special guest here tonight. Please give a big round of applause for Angel!
Christianity teaches us to love. Religion says we should love ye one another, and that is the commandments of God. Which role does the commandments of God that says love ye one another plays in this bill? Love ye one another means protect the people. So why are you drawing a bill to criminalize us, to cage us, to kill us, to destroy us, when you can draft a bill to save us? If I am a transgender person, God is also a transgender person. God, in the Bible, God created us in His image and in His likeness. God created queer people. So we are the image of God. We represent Him and nobody else. So God is also a queer person. God is a gay person, a lesbian, it's a transgender, it's a bisexual. And God made us. So you can't tell me God is wrong. Homophobia has risen. Transphobia has risen. Because they are passing the wrong information on TV and on radio. Hate has increased in Ghana. The queer person is not free anymore. He cannot be their sweet, beautiful self anymore. We don't live with the president in our homes. We don't live with the parliamentarians in our homes. The society has changed in Ghana. That is the dangerous part.
Let me hear somebody say, kill the bill! 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 Kill the bill!
Hypocrisy with the media in Ghana. They should tell the truth. They should come out openly and not lie to people and talk about sex always and make queer people a target. It's wrong. If you bring somebody to the radio to come and condemn a queer person, bring a queer person also. Sit them down, ask them questions, get to know them. Maybe that could change the negative impression you have about the queer person. But don't just sit down there and just say it's just because of sex. No, nobody is interested in sex. Sex is cheap. Sex is everywhere. Anybody can have sex anywhere, anytime they want. It's not about sex. It's about humanity. The media houses are not being fair to the queer community. Tell me, how many people have actually sat down to read the bill, to actually understand it, to break it down? It's just about sex. And that is what people see the queer community as. Do heterosexual people walk around having sex every day? No. Why don't you say the qualities of queer people? Why don't you talk about the beautiful things we do? It's a queer person who did your makeup. It's a queer person who did your hair. It's a queer person who sewed your dress. Why can't you talk for that queer person? Why can't you come out and talk for that queer person? But yet, when they are condemning them, you condemn them too.
So if you had one message for the president of Ghana, what will you tell him? What will you tell the parliamentarians?
I know the struggles I have gone through. So I'm talking out of passion. And that is where my strength comes from. There are some things we can't take back. This is the time to reconsider our decision. This is the time to reconsider that this bill is dangerous for humanity, not for only Ghanaians, but for anybody who comes in contact with Ghana. The bill is dangerous for them. And that is my message. You kill the bill.